What's up guys, it's Elliot here, and today I'm bringing you a new type of video. So my last guide, how to win on Anubis, I liked it, but I didn't quite love it. I feel like I tried to push two type of videos, gameplay analysis and map guide into one. So here I'm going to start out by doing a gameplay analysis. It is on hitscan DPS, specifically Soldier and Reaper, what I played in this game. It's on on Oasis, excuse me. So we'll start in. The first clip here is really important, just about teamwork. Their Reaper is out of position coming around the flank, which my team had all called to go over there. So the Reaper's out of position and we get a pick on him. That's the first thing. So my aim is a little bad. It's my first DPS play of like the day, and my team asked me to switch because we were running triple tank, and they switched to Reaper and I was playing Winston. So that's the reason my aim's a little rusty here. But anyways, the same thing happens there. They're D.Va out of position, so I fire at it. As Soldier, you can deal consistent damage just by clicking. That's the point of playing Soldier. So my aim is bad here, and we did get picked, so this is going to result in me dying. But the first clip you saw, the first two, killing Reaper and killing D.Va, as Soldier, you want to fire at out-of-position targets, because you can clean up kills, and you can be dealing consistent damage that only needs one frag. Because if you just get a couple shots on, that can lower someone's HP by like maybe almost a half, and then you can get one Blast will kill them, or the other way around, the Blast will lower them, and then you can clean them up because you deal consistent damage. Both ways work, and that's what you want to be doing. You want to be firing at targets out of position that you can hit. The same thing there. The Roadhog was out of position, and I think he's still out of position here, or our Pharah had actually gotten a couple picks. So the same thing. I fire at the people in her ult to try to get a cleanup, just like this Lucio, because he was low. And here I'm cleaning up, same thing on D.Va. I'm cleaning it up. I'm just trying to be the cleanup damage as to where the Pharah is putting her frags. And that's what I'm just trying to focus on. And where my team's saying there is people and where I'm looking at my team shooting, I'm trying to shoot at those people too. And that's the most important thing with Soldier. You can deal consistent hit scan. So all you have to do is clean up and shoot at the targets you can, the ones that are out of position. And that's all you have to do. Just coordinate with your team, see where they're shooting, clean up their frags, and just dump consistent DPS because you do a stupid amount of it. So the next thing I'm doing here, high ground is so important because they can't kill you. Or the D.Va didn't get up there. Our D.Va was blocking their ults coming in, and I was just draining health because you can get a better clip on their in their headshot hitbox, excuse me. And I came down here to just clean up the fight with an ult. It wasn't the best one actually because they did, I guess, see it coming, but I managed to pick the Lucio, which is important. When you tack visor, always focus the healers, and that's something you should be doing. When you try to ult, you want to get rid of their squishies. And I came up back to the high ground and got the cleanup on the baby D.Va. But that's another important thing. The high ground, if you notice, the Roadhog never went for me. And if I don't die, I can keep dealing damage as DPS because I'm on the high ground. He can't hit me. And that's another important thing. But I could hit him. I melted through him. And then I dropped down to get their squishies with an ult. Very similar stuff you would do kind of with Reaper. You could just drop down with an ult. But the most important thing I did is my team was saying there was a D.Va up there. I came back to the high ground. I came back and got the cleanup pick. And the same thing here. They're trying to fire uphill, and we're doing way more damage to them. Team shouts out Reaper. And that's another thing. I'm coordinating with my team to where to shoot and where to charge my ult. And this is probably the best clip. The same thing here. The Roadhog just can't hook me from the high ground, but I'm dealing damage to him. Now, falling down was probably a little a mistake, but again, his hook is gone and I can just frag him out. And that's really important. So again, I'm just shooting the D.Va to get her mech down, and that's the same thing. So I used the high ground to get myself a kill on the Roadhog. I didn't die, and I haven't died this whole clip, and then I'm just firing where the D.Va's firing. And then it was the end of the game, and I used my tack visor and just sprayed at will anyone who got on the point. It happened to be all their squishies, but the same thing. Target healers, and that's the game. I used the high ground there was really important. Use tack visor to get rid of their squishies, and shoot where my team was shooting. That's the best thing to talk about. So as we get to the next round, I will elaborate just a touch before we get in. Okay, so as I was saying, last bit is just simple things there. I used the high ground to set everything up. I didn't die. I rained a lot of consistent damage on the people that they were out of position and the people that I could shoot, and just charge my ult so I could get wipes by picking off their squishies and their healers. And of course, the main thing is you want to prioritize with who your team was shooting at. I thought I did a decent job there, and that's kind of explains why we won there and how the DPS go. So that's my gameplay analysis there. So basically, I was trying to do the same things here. The high ground's on the left, you want to get up there, and you want to poke. And I know my aim was not good, and that was something I needed to work on. My aim was not crisp at the beginning, and they had the same ideas right here. Go to the high ground. I got a Helix rocket in, but unfortunately I couldn't finish them off, and the D.Va had flown back, so I ended up dying. But I think it was right here in the game. Now, what I did there is I went too far, and the mistake I made is I went too far ahead of my team. The diva was there, and then I was exposed, and then I died, and that was a big issue. So I should have been more with my team, and that's another thing. Is obviously the big standout is my aim was not crisp right here, but the things that I'm doing wrong is I did not do a good job with my aim. And I obviously was a little rusty, and I went ahead of my team. But I decided, since they had a Reaper and my aim was a little off right now, I decided to switch to Reaper, more hit scan DPS. Now, the reasons I switched, simple. They had a Hog, who was obviously causing trouble. They had a Reaper, and they had a Soldier that I was comfortable getting close to and getting kills. But you could see here, I was just basically switching directly because they had a Reaper for the most part. And I just decided it was time to flex. And that's something good. If it's not working out, and if you feel like some hero on the other team is getting the hand, you think of some way to deal with it. And another mistake right here, overextending. Don't do that. I don't know if it cost us the point, but that was a huge mistake. I ran ahead trying to clean up a frag that, obviously you should, but when I see their Reaper and Ana coming in, I should really say, whoa, stop. That was a mistake. I threw my life away there, and that's a huge issue. That's probably right now in this part, it's probably my second biggest mistake that I've made. Besides, I don't know. I mean, my first mistake was the Soldier on this map, my aim and my positioning on the beginning. I threw away by going ahead and stuff, and my aim wasn't good enough for me to get the aggressive kill. But I fixed that by switching to Reaper, someone who can play a little aggressively and get out of it, and has a little more forgiving aim. So I decided to address it, and that's important. If something's not working, address it. I can't say that enough. But here, I'm basically just focusing with my team. I'm trying to pick away at their tanks, large targets. I want to try to focus the Hog, because obviously Hog is and I got hooked there. Huge mistake. Mistake number 3, don't need to be that in front. You want to let your diva or someone else that you have kind of go in, because I got hooked, instant pick. Roadhog will do that to you. It punishes bad positioning. And so far in this game, in this map, bad positioning. I did well on the first segment here with Soldier being on the high ground and getting the frags. I'm doing horribly here, is I'm just not doing a good job with my positioning, and that's how you lose games. In fact, that's how we lost the second round. That's why the other team has a point, is we just trickled in and we didn't group up and we didn't get good positioning, and that's the biggest thing. Grouping up and positioning are two things that if you don't do will throw the game. So here, Diva's absorbing it. I decide to back up after getting 2 shots in on him, and we get the frag. And that's another thing, is their Roadhog here gets really low, and I think, yeah, the Pharah. So again, I'm just shooting at the tanks and letting Pharah try to clean up on frags behind. But that was really good. I initiated with my team, I didn't throw myself away, and good target prioritization again, and I didn't need to blow the ult. That's something else. A lot of people there would ult just for the Soldier and maybe just for that Zen, but I didn't. I knew I could just clean up the Zen, and I do die there. So actually, maybe that, oh no, I knew the Mercy had res. Sorry, that would explain things. But again, I was being aggressive with the tac visor, but again, charging at the Rhine, he can't quite kill me unless he landed that pin, but our team's doing a good job of frontlining. So things I did well there, I held the ult, which is good. I did not need to use it to pick off the Soldier and Zen. I could pick off Zen because he wasn't shooting at me with my own guns and trusting my own skill. The same thing here, just getting a nice frag. But this is getting the same thing with Reaper. You go in with someone and you shoot at the out of position people because you deal so much damage and you'll just blow them up. And right here, good position. From the high ground, lurk and pounce as Reaper. Clean up, double kill. It's the end of the game. Double wipe. Then I turn around, help my team focus anyone. And yeah, so the same thing there, as we're going to win this, but the same thing there is really simple. I decided to flank with a teammate. I kept good positioning. I picked off the person out of position to squish a healer. And then I decided, because I saw the Genji going down and it was the end of the game, to just ult and get the kills. And from the high ground, you're not always seen. And again, it's harder for them to register or Roadhog to hook you if he's turning to see drop from the high ground. So all those things were really good. So I made up for my mistake of bad positioning at the beginning of that game. Switching a Soldier with bad positioning on that round. And then Reaper, I had more bad positioning. But at the end there, I corrected it. I decided to switch, and I may still have had some overextending issues at the beginning there with Reaper on that last point. But as you can see, we did end up winning, and this was actually a little bit from earlier when we did lose, but we did trickle in. But as you see, more target prioritization, that's the biggest thing. But yeah, that's the same thing I did with Reaper. I prioritized better, I got the squishies, and it resulted in us getting a nice, cool victory on this map. But that's the last thing I can say between all the target prioritization, don't overextend, and all the stuff I talked about. Be willing to switch. It's what really won us this game. I switched from Winston, which I'm not showing at all, but I switched from Winston to Soldier, and then I realized that my Soldier, although we did win a round after playing this halfway through this round, it just wasn't quite working out, especially on this map, because I guess Reaper was just doing better, and I was willing to switch, and that really got us the victory, as I was able to do a good job of getting the picks I needed to, because overall as DPS you need to get kills and you need to get picks, and if you're not doing that, you need to think about what better way what better DPS can I switch to get those picks. So at the end of the day, everything I applied in this video was to get me picks, and that's probably the best advice I can leave you on, and that's what I did. I think did a good job this game. It wasn't necessarily the most dominant DPS display with my aim and everything, but I did manage to get the picks we needed to win, and that's what got us the W. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to see more about the overall game and how we won as a team, I'm going to post another video a little bit after this. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and see ya.